Many folks, when they think of retirement, especially in the context of their financial plan, they focus on the money. How much do I need, or how much do I want to spend in retirement? And while that's an important part of your financial plan, and it's an important part of the work that I do with my clients that are preparing for retirement, I think there are some other considerations as well. For instance, how are you going to spend your time? When you're no longer tied to an 8-hour a day or more hours a day job, how are you going to spend your time? How do you want to spend your time? Who are you going to spend your time with? A story or an idea that I'm reminded of often is I have talked to and met many people over the years that after 20, 25, 30 years of working really hard to save and prepare for retirement, they're just trying to limp across the finish line. Their work has ground them down. They're tired of work. They just want to have freedom, and they think of retirement as just kind of being free of work. And while I get that, and that's important, I often encourage people to instead of what am I retiring from, maybe think of it in terms of what am I able to retire to. So instead of what am I trying to escape, or what am I trying to eliminate from my life, instead what do I want to pursue? What do I want to add to my life? And that could be continuing to work. That could be kind of optional or discretionary work. It could be doing something that you enjoy doing, even if it pays less, for example. I've got one client. She was a career corporate professional at a big Fortune 500 company. She did very well. She did a wonderful job of preparing for her retirement. But about 3 or 4 years before her planned retirement date, she actually started doing some traveling and travel agent work on the side. So she was actually doing some additional work in addition to her full-time job prior to retirement. And once she retired, she doesn't spend all of her time doing travel agent work, but she spends some time doing that, which allows her to travel, which she enjoys doing. It allows her to help her friends that want to plan trips, and it allows her to plan trips with her friends that want to travel with her, and she can kind of play the role of host. So that's one of perhaps an unlimited number of examples of an opportunity to not just retire from or escape from work into retirement, but to instead embrace retirement and embrace all the things that you can now do, or that you can now pursue, or that you can now try or experiment with. So those are just a couple of thoughts about retirement, and it extends clearly beyond just how much you want to be able to spend in retirement as well.